everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We've got a little kind of off the beaten path MoneyWise Wednesday session for you today. A little different than what we've been doing, but with our reopening of our financial centers being just around the corner, we wanted to take some time to chat with you about our plans for reopening and maybe put some concerns maybe at ease or address some specific things that we know that members are asking right now. So I've got a special guest with us today. We've got Ben Cleary with us. Ben, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you're representing the retail centers, all of our financial centers. So you're kind of speaking on behalf of, I know, a great team that has been really deep into a lot of this planning for reopening. So thank you for joining us. Tell everyone a little bit real quick about you. How long have you been with the credit union and what you do for us?
All right. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for having me today. So my name is Ben Cleary. I'm currently the regional manager of our 3 locations in Georgia, 2 in Thomasville and 1 in Bainbridge. I've been with the credit union altogether, left and then came back, but altogether about 16 years. So I've been here for quite a long time and gone through a whole lot of stuff. Nothing like this though. This is all brand new for everyone. But I have been here.
This is definitely something I think we're all learning as we go. So if you've been with us for 16, you started when you were like what, 5?
Basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right on. First guess.
That's right. Okay, so let's just jump right in with some questions, Ben, because I know we've received a lot of questions from members. We've already sent out a mailer. We have a website dedicated to, updating everyone on COVID-19 related stuff. So we just wanted to take an opportunity to verbally discuss what some of these things are for some of you guys who are might be visual or who have been tapping in to our MoneyWise Wednesdays, and really just kind of talk a little bit and open discussion about what reopening is going to look like for us. So my first question is the $1 million question. When are our lobbies reopening? Let's start with that. So when are they going to reopen and what are our hours going to be then?
Great question. I know everyone's anxiously anticipating it, and I can tell you all the staff here are really looking forward to it as well. We are excited to open up our lobbies again starting on June 1st. So it will be on Monday, June 1st. We are going to have some new hours and a new flow. It's going to look a little different, but we are very excited to expand the services that we can offer our membership on a day-to-day basis. Okay,
so what days of the week are we going to have lobbies open?
So starting June 1st, we are going to have our lobbies open Monday to Friday, and our new lobby hours are going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Now, don't forget that we do still have drive-thrus in most of our locations, and we do have video tellers that are available for extended hours on Monday through Friday, and that's 7 to 7, but then also on Saturday, 7 to 7. So we've got a lot of people waiting here for you guys, waiting to help out as much as we possibly can, in whatever way we can.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this in just a little bit, but one thing I just really want to remind you guys that are watching this is that a lot of you have already taken advantage of learning what we like to call the new drive-through experience, where, the teller tubes, the old-fashioned teller tubes are now gone, right? And so I know a lot of members, and if you're like me, you're really hesitant to try something new, right? Sometimes we don't understand how things work, so we kind of just go, oh, I'm just going to go the easiest route and I'll just visit the lobby inside because I know their faces and I can talk to people face to face. So I know for the last 10 weeks now, a lot of you guys have been forced to using a different method of banking than you've ever known before. So first I want to say thank you to everyone for your patience and your willingness to try those things, because we understand how frustrating that can be. But we're hopeful that because you've learned how to use it, that you'll see the value in the ease of use, and that you'll continue to use that moving forward, because we do find that we're able to serve members a lot faster through those methods. So we're hopeful that you'll continue to use that, but we understand if you want to continue, banking face to face, we certainly want to make sure that you have that opportunity. But I can't stress enough that we really hope that you'll continue to use those, because we are able to really serve our members a lot faster, and members don't have to wait as long. So, okay, so let's talk about safety, Ben. Let's shift gears just a little bit. You know, when I go to the grocery store, I see all these partitions installed, right, to keep the cashiers safe. There's a lot of retail places that are reopening with these partitions. Can you tell me, has the credit union decided to install any sort of safety partition or screen like we're seeing in retail stores?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, we have. You know, opening these lobbies, it's something that we wanted to do as quickly as we could, but had to do it in a way that would, you know, best ensure the safety of our staff and the visitors that come into our lobbies every single day. So we've absolutely taken a lot of steps to try and assist with the, you know, meeting the social distancing guidelines and everything else. A couple of those, if you'd like me to share, we absolutely have installed shields, shields at every single one of our teller stations and every one of our desks. In any office or wherever you would sit with any of our staff, there is a shield at each one of their stations. So we definitely have that. You'll also notice probably right off the bat when you walk in the door that we have some stickers placed in specific spots throughout our lobby, and we have queue lines in some of our offices as well to try and give notification and help our members understand where we need them to be as they flow through our lobbies, so that we can get them in as quickly as possible, get whatever they need taken care of, and get them out safely and out there quickly.
Yeah, I think those stickers on the floor are so helpful, because I remember when the grocery stores first started using them, and I'm the shopper who's realizing that I'm going the wrong way because everybody's like giving me the stink eye, you know. It's like, yeah. And they're like, well, read the thing on the floor. And it's like, oh, okay. So I think we're all becoming conditioned for stuff like that. So hopefully when you guys do start coming back into the branches, please just be mindful of those stickers. And if you don't really know what it means, just ask someone. It's okay. We don't expect anyone to get it right out. You know, it's just weird for us just being out, getting back to some sort of normalcy. So just ask questions if you guys are unsure where you're supposed to stand, or, you know, if you need any assistance, we can help you with that. Well, that's good news, Ben. I'm glad to hear about the plexiglass. I think that that's a great way to do that. The next thing that kind of goes hand in hand with the safety shields is face masks. I know there's been a huge discussion of organizations that are reopening to wear a mask or not. That is the question. So
that is the question.
Tell me what Envision has decided in regards to masks for members and for our staff.
Yeah, again, you know, we're definitely considering all the circumstances that everyone's going through and trying to kind of find a good balance in a mix that makes sense for all the visitors and everybody that we're responsible for as they come to see us. So we have decided that any visitors come into our lobbies will have to have a mask. They'll have to provide and have their own mask before they're able to enter the building and transact any business in any of our locations.
Okay, good. So employees, please have a mask.
Sure. Yeah. Again, I mentioned already that we have face shields installed at everybody's station. So we are definitely encouraging, you know, our employees to wear the masks as they feel they, you know, need to for themselves. But we are requiring, if they do leave their station and, you know, going in and out of the lobby, leave their desk, leave their office, whatever the case is, we are asking and requiring our staff to wear masks in those cases for sure.
Okay, so double coverage there with our members and our staff. So let's move on. And I have another question here about, I guess, occupancy limits, because a lot of places are at a certain percentage of capacity. I know that's really hard to gauge. And if any of you guys have visited any of our financial centers, you will know that a Monday or a Friday is very, very different in capacity, like who all's waiting in the lobby, than a Tuesday or Thursday afternoon. So can you tell us, Ben, what should our members expect in regards to the occupancy limits? Maybe when they arrive to the lobby, what should they expect? You already talked about the floor decals.
Yep.
A little bit about like the waiting area and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah, we talked about the floor decals. Again, there's a lot of changes that we're putting in place, again, to try and safeguard our members, our visitors, and our staff. One of those things that is going to be a change at every single location is when you first come in the door, we have actually identified a specific employee at every single office that is there to help guide you through your visit. whatever you came for, and make sure we get you with the right person. They may be able to take care of it right then and there for you, or get you with the right person. So we are asking everybody, when you come into the office, that you go visit, and it'll be very clear, and that person is going to be very eager and looking for you as you come in the door. But we do ask that you take some time to step over there. You'll be asked for your ID, and we'll go ahead and get you signed in and get you set up to actually sit with somebody. So that's the first thing when you first come in. That's step one for everybody that comes in. From there, obviously we'll determine that financial center guide is going to be working with you on who's the right person for you to talk to, and where do we need to get what you need taken care of. So if that happens to be a teller transaction, a transaction you just do a deposit a check, cash a check, whatever it happens to be, something to that effect, we have identified, and again, you'll notice very quickly, there are new queue lines in almost every single office, and there's stickers that I mentioned to you before. So we have identified, based on the social distancing guidelines and recommendations that we've gotten, how many people that we can actually allow to be in and waiting for a teller at a time. So we have identified that. We try to maximize as much as possible, but also balancing the safety side of things. That capacity is going to vary depending on each office. Basically, should we get to that full capacity scenario? Because I imagine that's the next logical question. Well, what if you're full? What if you already have, too many people in there? What do we do now? At that point, that financial center guide, again, is monitoring how many people we have in there compared to how many we have in there at a time. And if we are full at that point in time, they're going to give you an option to, again, we're going to record your name and everything, give you an option to go wait in your car until we have another spot available, or they can set up an appointment for you, whatever the case is, to come back at a more convenient time. Or, as always, we've already talked about, a lot of people have really kind of pushed beyond a comfort zone, and tried out a lot of these new remote options that we have, going through the drive-through, talking with our video tellers, maybe doing the online banking. There's a lot of other things. So again, that financial center guide's there to kind of help walk you through and present the options you have available. You may have to be asked to wait in your car for a little bit. You may have an option to come back in at a later time, or they can help share with you how you can actually get that taken care of and not have to wait at all.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds good. And I know there are some things that require physical, face-to-face, like a notary, for example, those sort of things. You can call to schedule an appointment, or you can even schedule an appointment through a form right on our website. So on our coronavirus landing page, which is basically envisioncu.com/coronavirus, there's a form right there that you can go ahead and submit a request for a specific financial center, and then we'll have somebody call you and make arrangements. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff that Ben just said. Like, you can just have a scheduled day, a scheduled time, and walk in. But for some, we're hoping that you guys will get prepared. That's the whole point of this, is to let you know that there are steps that you can do to make your life easier, because we know that you don't have time to sit in your car all day and wait for a spot. So we're hoping that you'll utilize those steps that we've put into place for you, so that you don't have to do that. It's too hot to be sitting in your car out there like that. So certainly take advantage of those things that Ben's mentioned. Lastly, I just want to talk about, there are some specific, we talked about other ways that you can bank without being face-to-face. Let's talk real quickly about what those things are. We've already talked about drive-through. So Ben, I want you to remind everyone, because when I tell people out in the community what our drive-through hours are, they're shocked. Can you remind them, what are our drive-through hours?
Yeah, so it is shocking. We've got a really, really good team that are there and working really hard to help out people as much as they possibly can. So we do have live tellers that can do the video teller sessions through our drive-through, and those are available Monday through Saturday, actually, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So really nice extended hours that can really help you out with a whole lot of things.
Yep. And so for some of you guys who are a little further west, that's 6 p.m. your time, so 7 p.m. Eastern time. So keep that in mind. But 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. your time, we're serving you guys. And I mean, on a Saturday, that's incredible. I don't know a drive-through service that is open at 6 a.m. on a Saturday.
Right.
In the banking world. It's just unheard of. So another great way to do that. We also have a really cool tutorial on that same coronavirus landing page, as well as our Facebook page, that has quick little tips on how to use that machine that is now Drivethru, so that you can get a little bit more familiar with it. One other thing that a lot of folks don't know about those teller machines is that they're also a smart ATM 24 hours a day. So for those of you who don't know that, all you need is your debit card, and you can use that machine as a smart ATM. And we call it smart because it can deposit checks. So if you endorse your check and deposit it that way, you can endorse it that way without talking to a live teller. And then of course you can access your cash or check your balances and things like that 24 hours a day on that same machine that you would use as a teller machine during those business hours. So they all do all of those things. You don't just have to go to an ATM line anymore and wait for other people. All of those machines can do all of those functions. So just so you know about that. Of course, did you have something to add to that?
No, I'm just saying it's absolutely incredible. I know we have a lot of members that have gotten comfortable enough with it that they'll drive through even during those hours, the 7 to 7, Monday through Saturday, and just use the smart ATM as is, because they've kind of gotten it and
Right.
they're comfortable with it. But then there's always that option in that Monday to Saturday, 7 to 7, that you can hit that button and actually talk to somebody, and they can assist in walking through the whole process. So it's really, I think a lot of people have come to love it quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just to remind you guys of online banking features, you can do a lot of stuff on online banking. Again, that's one of those things where if you've never really used a certain feature within online banking, you might not be familiar with it, but I encourage you to go look at all the features that you have, especially with like bill pay and things like that. There's a lot of really neat tools in there. You can look at your e-statements on there. You don't have to go ask for an actual copy of your statement. So it's another reason to go to the lobby. Now you don't have to do that if you're enrolled for e-statements. So one thing I want to mention about the phone app. So I can't tell you the last time I actually deposited a check in the branch. Like, I really cannot tell you the last time.
And we work there. We work there every day.
Exactly. The last check we deposited was from our phone. Listen, if my husband can do it, anybody can do it. So he did it the other day, and I was so proud of him. But it's so easy. If you don't do it, you're not familiar with it. So you just got to try it. And we have people in our support areas that if there's an error on they're going to call you and say, we need to fix this thing if you didn't do something right, if you didn't endorse the check before you took the picture and all of that. So try it. We're just telling you to just try it. But I love mobile deposit. It's super cool. I can even pay other people through the app. So even if they're not a member with us, kind of cool. So you don't have to write checks, and you don't have to have non-members coming in to cash checks. You can actually pay them electronically, and it gets there faster. So kind of cool. So it is a positive thing to learn how to use this technology. I know it's scary, but COVID kind of forced us to do it. And so we will have those guides, like Ben is saying, the guides that are in our lobbies, they're there to help you. You can ask them questions about some of these things that you might be hearing if you're not familiar with it, but you want to learn how to do it. Our team is ready and able to help you. You can also call if you're at home stuck on something. I mean, our call center is really great at that, is trying to walk you through as much as they possibly can without seeing what you're looking at, and give you step-by-steps. And remember, a lot of this, all of that we're doing is really to keep you guys safe. It's to keep you safe and to make you become more knowledgeable on a lot of the tools that we have. We pay good money for the technology. We want you to be able to use it, and we want it to work for you, and we want it to be convenient for you. If you're not using it, it's kind of like, why is it there? So know that we've invested in that for you. And now it's perfect because it helps satisfy the other important part, which is safety. Safety wasn't really that important. The health safety part of it was not on anyone's radar in regards to the technology that we have. So now it's, kind of covering two of those things. And so let's see, what else do we need to talk about? Have we left anything else out, Ben? Is there anything else you want to mention?
I think it's important for everyone to understand that while you may not have seen us through this period of time and been able to come in and say hi to the teller that you always talk to, or the loan officer that you've worked with multiple times, even though you haven't seen us, I can tell you that we've got a wonderful group of employees that have been working their tails off to try and prepare for this day, when this day came, when we can open those lobbies back up. But also in the meantime, we've had people who you would have done a teller transaction with, who have been on the phone and answering the phone and talking to you when you called into our call center. Or if you had some sort of lending need, I've got loan officers who would normally be working with you face to face. They've been working very, very hard and taking those online applications, talking to people on the phone, taking those applications. So we've been doing a lot of that banking, even some of those things that we have not been able to do remotely traditionally. We have a lot of staff that are very dedicated and have been working very, very hard to continue to help members with all of their banking needs. And so they're very excited to come back to the offices and come back to at least somewhat of what they remember as the norm, as we're all exploring what this new normal is going to end up being. But we're hoping everyone out there is safe. We're trying to take care of ourselves the best that we can as well. We're looking forward to those that have had to wait until we open these lobbies up again. We'll be there to help you as quickly as we can. We really hope and ask for everyone's patience through all of this. Like we've said and outlined today, it's going to look a whole lot different than it did a couple months ago. It really is. But really, I think this is a great alternative to not being able to open up at all. I think we've got some great options available, and we've got a lot of people who are really excited to work with them and get this all taken care of and find out what that new normal is going to be.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I can't add any more to that. I think that's a perfect conclusion. If you are a member who has questions or concerns, you can certainly reach out to us. Go to that coronavirus landing page at our website, envisioncu.com. Click on the banner for coronavirus, and you can get to the page that has all this information that we've talked about. All of the bullet points on everything that Ben has mentioned is recapped right there on the page. It's already there for you, ready to go with the dates and all of that for reopening. Also has the form for you to request an appointment if you have one. You can call us at our number for our call center. You can also securely chat with us through online banking. So if you are one of those that likes to chat, you can do that as well. And you can certainly email my team if you have any questions. We can make sure we get them to the right person. Our email address is community@envisioncu.com. So I think that's it. We've covered quite a bit. I'm exhausted just thinking about all the work you guys have been doing to get ready for June 1st. But thank you, Ben, and your team. Thank you, members, again, for your patience. And hopefully this has been informative for you. We'll keep doing MoneyWise Wednesdays. We'll be back next week with a new topic. And we hope you have a great week. Thanks again.
Yeah, stay safe. Keep smiling.
That's right. We'll see y'all soon in our lobbies. Bye.